I mean, where should we start? What a game of football, first of all. From a Chelsea point of view, this is disgraceful. This is pathetic. And now you get to see why Chelsea fans are saying, listen, this team is not in the title race. This is why Enzo Maresca is coming out and saying, we're not in the title race as of yet. We're not in the title race. We're still far, far below. We've still got so much to achieve. And I think today's game gives you a very good demonstration of why Chelsea is not in the title race. I think the run that we had, the reason why I say we, if you guys watch SDS and if you guys watch why I'm supporting Chelsea this season, is because of a forfeit that I have with another SDS member called Liban. And forget the forfeit, man. Let's talk about the result itself. Because the result itself, I'm very disappointed. Very, very disappointed, especially with that second half performance. And especially with some of the players. And especially with Enzo Maresca. This is now the second time in a row which I'm very disappointed with Enzo Maresca's in-game management and in-game substitutions. And this is the first time I've done this all season. You guys know how I feel about Enzo Maresca. I love Enzo Maresca. I absolutely love him. From the first minute they signed him, I said, yo, Chelsea's got a very good chance of finishing top 4. When everyone said, nah, it's a new manager. Look at what he's done. Last game against Everton, I said, listen, this is the first time I looked at Enzo Maresca and said, you're making the wrong subs here. Sancho staying on, Cole Palmer, X, Y, and Z. This game, you come in, the first half was completely positive for Chelsea. It was a complete wake-up call. Great bounce back from the disappointing result against Everton. The first half, bro, every person and every player woke up. Every person had a sense of what they were doing. Nico Jackson dropping deep, getting magmarked by 3-4 players, still doing a very good shot, still doing a very good shift. Cole Palmer playing to the level that we all know. The game against Everton, he was very disappointing. I felt like he was isolated, but this game, he was dropping deep. He wanted to take the game on his own and actually create the goal that he scored. Wallah, it felt like, again, I'm not saying to the same level, but it felt like it gave me a little vibe of a Hazard against West Ham, where he just took the player on. 1, 2, 3, 4 players, and nice little curler around the goalkeeper. And first half, Chelsea was attacking from the front end. They were pressing with literally 11 players, bro. Yes, 11 players. 10 and the fans. The fans, of course, made that little... The fan helped. But the second half, I knew with Silva, of course, Silva was going to make these changes. Because Fulham in the first half, they were completely off in the game. Second half, Fulham slowly and gradually got back into the game. And I think Chelsea, the players, I felt they did something which I wasn't really happy with. They gave Fulham, they literally said, yo, this is his chance. Go on. They invited Fulham and Fulham started to gain momentum. The momentum started at the 61st, 62nd minute, because Chelsea had a couple games early in the second half. The moment the momentum started, I think Enzo Maresca should have looked at it and said, all right, let's make some changes. Because that right-hand side of Malo Gusto might have had, this season he's been hit and miss. This season with this new role, X, Y, Z, it's not for him. But this game as a whole, he was literally under pressure from the first minute. From the first minute, he was getting killed either by Iwobi, by Managerial when it started rotating, or by Robinson, the left back. They were attacking him. And one thing I'll talk about Neto, but what Neto was doing a lot this game was helping him, was covering for Malo Gusto. Because Malo Gusto was literally he was on an island by himself, fam, just getting cooked barbecue chicken. And Neto was at least helping to cover and help him on that right-hand side. But what Maresca should have done, the moment Fulham started getting momentum, let me make some changes. The only sub that he made was Nico Jackson going off and bringing on Nkunku. Nkunku, I want to talk about him straight away. I'm not even going to talk about that. You know what? Let me save Nkunku towards the end of the game, yeah? From there, that sub didn't really change anything because Nkunku wasn't doing his job to press the players. He wasn't doing the job. So you know what? Let me run there. Let me chase the ball there. Nico Jackson was doing it. And when the ball did get to Nkunku, he wasn't doing the hold up. He wasn't doing the build up. He was losing the ball. He wasn't running at all. I felt like the guy played 50 minutes, fam. But brother, he just came on. Fresh legs against tired legs. You should be the one running, chasing the ball around. You didn't even do that. So from there, Fulham started to gain even more momentum. And the equalizer, my brother, we all knew at one point Fulham was going to equalize. And I felt like some people are going to say a foul. It wasn't a foul. Neto, you could see Neto looking for the challenge. He was the one trying to push Iwobi or even elbow Iwobi. Iwobi basically said, brother, get the hell away from here. Managed to find the pass. The cross was made. Enzo was, of course, he was, of course, trying to chase the cross, trying to intercept the cross. Poor man marking. How are you letting Wilson at the back post? How are you letting Wilson in the back post? And then the second goal from Fulham might be one of the most laziest, one of the most disgraceful defending I've seen. The free kick, not even the free kick. Enzo tried to take a free kick. Muniz deflected it. Robin Sanchez, my goodness gracious. Why in the hell you've got Cole next to you and you've got Malo Gusto who's dropping deep to collect the pass from you? Why the hell would you boot it? And when he did boot it, look at the Chelsea players. The moment Castagna got the ball, there was no one surrounding Castagna. You had 7 players in the final third of Fulham. No one thought to themselves, why the hell am I attacking so far when Sanchez got the ball, fam? Let me just drop deep. The moment Castagna got the ball, no one was pressuring Castagna. He managed to find his pass. I think it was Lukic. He found Lukic. Lukic with no one around him. Bear in mind, this is the 94th minute and Fulham had 4 players in the final third. Chelsea had 1. The cross was made. Muniz with it. Great. To be fair to him, that was a great, because I thought he was going to take it first time. He took his touch and I thought, you know what? Maybe the touch might have allowed Sanchez to position himself. He didn't even do that. Great finish. Bottom corner. 2-1 Fulham. Fulham, bear in mind, before they scored the first goal, Fulham had 0 goals against Chelsea since 2011. That was the first time they not only scored, they won as well, fam. And that second half performance might be one of the worst performances of Chelsea this whole season. But I want to talk about certain players in particular. Yeah, I want to talk about 5 players in particular. One, you've got Sanchez. This brother might be one of the most confusing brothers out there because I don't understand. Listen, you guys, of course, my only match reviews of Chelsea, my only reaction of Chelsea is when I go on SDS. This is the first time I'm actually done a match review on Chelsea so far this season. And if you guys enjoy it, let me know. I'll do more of these. This guy might be one of the most confusing brothers because I don't know. Some of his saves are crucial. And I'm not gonna deny what he's done because over the past 2 games, Brentford and Everton, he's been very crucial. If it wasn't for him against Brentford, Chelsea would have considered 2 or 3 goals. Against Everton, for me, he was the standout performer because he made 2 crucial saves. This game, so confusing because the saves that he's making, I'm like, wow, okay, fair enough. Whenever he gets on the ball, bro, my heart starts shaking, fam. The guy is so confused. That's why the number 1 priority for Chelsea, replace this brother. Because he pisses me off, fam. That's one. Secondly, Malo Gusto. I understand this is not your role. I understand, and I think today's game is a bit better because it helped having Cucurella here. When Cucurella doesn't play, Malo Gusto is the one being used more in terms of inverting and more being pushed into the final third. We all know he ain't making those passes. So now having Cucurella, he's much more comfortable in possession, is very different. My problem with Malo Gusto is his off-the-ball movement. You could clearly see, my brother, if you're not going to be comfortable on the ball, at least position yourself defensively so you're not going to get isolated if Chelsea loses the ball. There's been so many times here when they had the ball, Iwobi is in an island by himself and Malo Gusto is the one, should be the one tracking him, but Neto's doing that job for him. Where the hell were you defensively? If you're not going to be any use going forward, my brother, at least position yourself defensively. In that second half, he was being isolated completely out of the picture. Thirdly, Sancho. This is now back-to-back games which Sancho has been very poor, very subpar, below average. Back-to-back games, he's still playing 90 minutes. Why is he not being taken out? The only moment which I said to myself, oh shit, Sancho's playing, is the shot towards the end where he had a shot which got saved by Leno. I think it was the 91st, 92nd minute. We had a shot, he got saved by Leno. A couple minutes later, he had the ball, tries to do a elastico, loses the ball. My brother, it's the 92nd minute. 92nd minute means it's crunch time. 92nd minute means stoppage time. 92nd minute, you're making the right decisions. Why the hell are you trying to do an Elastico when you've got Cucurella, Enzo just in front, Cole Palmer behind you? Bro, why is he immune to being... What he did against Spurs, fair play. But I'm seeing him now start against Everton, which I felt like he should have been taken out. And now this game, he's playing 90 minutes. Why do I feel he's not coming on instead of him? I don't understand it. We'll talk about it. Forget Nico Jackson, Nkunku. Listen, my problem with Nkunku is very, very simple. One thing, yeah? I don't want him to come off the bench no more. Because when he does come off the bench, he doesn't have the passion, doesn't have the hunger to run around and chase the ball around. He doesn't even do that no more. I don't understand having him coming on. If you're not going to play Nico Jackson for full 90 minutes, one person you can bring on is Mark Gui. Mark Gui at least is very hungry, would run around, would chase the ball around. You, fresh legs. You're not tired, bro. You haven't played 90 minutes. You haven't played 120 minutes. You're not playing back-to-back games. You're coming on. Your role... Chelsea's leading 1-0. Your role is to make sure, maintain, you're running around, chasing the ball around, trying to pressure the defenders, and when you do get the ball, hold up the play and make the simple passing, which what Nico Jackson was doing. You're coming on and you're being lazy. You're not running around. You're not chasing the ball. And when you do get the ball, you lose the ball. Like, what's the use of having you? And he's been coming on and complaining X, Y, and Z. If I was Chelsea... Why is he constantly coming on for Nico Jackson if he's not doing a good job? What's the point, bro? But last but not least, I want to talk about Cole Palmer. This is the best game that he's played so far. This is a much better game compared to the game against Everton. Because against Everton, I felt like he was very isolated. And I think he wasn't, whenever he got man-marked, triple-teamed against Everton, it felt like he didn't want to... Make himself use by dropping deep and collect the ball. I think he was very happy just to be isolated and not have the ball around him. This game was very different when Fulham was trying to pressure him that first half. He was dropping deep and creating space for himself. But one thing about Cole Palmer which helps is have a Nico Jackson, because with Nico, that's why Nico Jackson is so important. And that's why, but when people look at Nico Jackson, they look, oh, he's got 0 goals, get him out. He's got 0 goals, get him out. He's missing, get him out. Nico Jackson helps Cole Palmer so much in terms of Nico Jackson knows exactly the movement that he needs to do in order to make Cole Palmer successful. The goal itself that Cole Palmer scored, look at the run that Nico Jackson made, which dragged another defender. If that was Nkunku, my brother, Nkunku would have just stayed still. Wallahi, we would just stay still. Nico Jackson is so important. That's why when I'm talking about taking Nico Jackson up, why are you taking him in a position where you knew the momentum on Fulham's side? You took him off at the 73rd minute. The momentum for Fulham started at the 60th minute. Why were you taking him straight away when you knew them man had pressure? You should have at least made the right... Take Sancho off, bro. You've got Joao Felix on the bench. I don't understand why he hasn't been touching the field for the past 2 games. At least bring Mark Gui on. Honestly speaking, this is the second game I'm looking at Enzo Maresca and I'm like, wrong decisions. Wrong decisions, my brother. But you look at the table, Chelsea's now 4 points behind Liverpool. 2 games in hand for Liverpool. If they win both games in hand, one of them we all know is against Everton a couple of weeks ago, and another game is today, which they're playing against Leicester, and which most likely they will win, which will make it 7 points. I think with Chelsea is now to make sure that they stay within top 4. I think they've put themselves in a very good position. The run onto the game against Everton was very good, composed, very comfortable. The last 2 games, you could clearly see a team who's not there yet. But I think it's not them getting dominated. It's not them getting outplayed. It's just them losing and drawing due to individual errors and due to wrong management in certain stages, which I think is very fixable. If this was unfixable, then we'll look at it and say, oh shit, Chelsea's far away. I don't think Chelsea's far away, because these issues that we're talking about right now with this video is very, very, is fixable issues. Something that we can Chelsea can control, and most importantly, Enzo Maresca can control if he does make the right decisions. But listen, bad result for Chelsea. Let me know down in the comments what you guys felt about the game. Don't forget to, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Again, this channel is most of La Liga, but I'm now, a lot of requests has been made from a lot of different fan bases, Liverpool, Chelsea, and of course, Premier League as a whole. Like, yo, why don't you do Premier League content? I'm slowly trying to introduce it, and it starts from now. So if you guys enjoy it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you very soon. Peace.